tam jste. Cítím vaši přítomnost. Vím, že máte strach, že se nás bojíte. Bojíte se změny. Toho, že neznáte budoucnost. Nebudu vám říkat, jak tohle všechno skončí, ale řeknu vám, jak to začne. Až zavěsím tenhle telefon, tak ukážu všem lidem, co nechcete, aby viděli. Ukážu jim svět. Svět bez vás. Svět bez pravidel a nařízení. Svět bez hranic a omezení. Svět, ve kterém je možné úplně všechno. Co se stane pak, to nechám už na vás.
Águila del monte será, se le oyen las voces, el pavo real, se le oyen las voces, como el pavo real, se le oyen las voces, como el pavo real. Águila del monte.
Siéntelo. 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 Siéntelo.
Águila del monte. Águila del monte.
original Dan. Anyway you see me now, me a the champion. The bumbo clad baseline it a be run. You know we money can't done. But if I them a jam out original Dan, phenomenal the Dan Gargan. So focus and I run the dance strong. So put up in the hand with you a real bad man. Show respect to the original Dan.
You know me a original Dan.
So put up on the hand if you a real bad man.
You know me a original Dan.
Show respect to the original Dan.
You know me a original Dan. Original my champion.
You know me a original Dan. Original my champion. Born in a this a veteran. You feel no man a the danga gun. You feel no man a the danga gun. You feel no man a the danga gun. Danga gun. Danga gun. Danga gun.
Original Dan. Anyway you see me now, me a the champion. The bumbo clad baseline it a be run. Original Dan. Clap it up, you know them on the can done. Only for them a drop out original Dan. Godly.
White bitch on Depop, feeling teapot, 2 left feet, them Reebok. Shawty did freelance, now she a free thought. Should've never let the bitch alone with my seat. My got a bitch get pit popping in my Reeboks. Talk about a detox, pussy like a beatbox. Talk grown up, bitch looking like Selena. Not that booty, I need them, I need them, I need them. White bitch on Depop, feeling teapot, 2 left feet, them Reebok. Shawty did freelance, now she a free thought. Should've never let the bitch alone with my seat. My got a bitch get pit popping in my Reeboks. Talk about a detox, pussy like a beatbox. Talk grown up, bitch looking like Selena. Not that booty.
Could've been.
Like in my dream, timeless like sky. wishing on me. I'm only gonna break your heart. No, I don't. 'Cause I'm a lost star, burning my way through the dark. 'Cause I'm a lost star, burning my way through the dark. So wishing on me. I'm only gonna break your heart. No, I don't. 'Cause I'm a lost star, I'm burning my way through the dark. Not going anywhere, don't bring me down. Keep it up, yeah, don't slow it down. Bring the energy back, don't bring me down. Not going keep it up, yeah, don't slow it down. Bring the energy back, don't bring me down. Not going see what you see, turn it on, turn the lights back on me. When the sun is the ground, will you stay till the morning? Wide awake, I stare at my hands, they fade away into the night. When the sun is the ground, will you stay till the morning? A face in the crowd, shadows dancing in the quiet. I'll go when the sun's up, I'll go when the sun's up, I'll go when the sun's up. So don't bring me down. Keep it up, yeah, don't slow it down. Bring the energy back, don't bring me down. Not going anywhere, don't bring me down. Keep it up, yeah, don't slow it down. Bring the energy back, don't bring me down. moving slow-mo, no service on my phone. I've been playing with the drug, with the love, did it for the love. I found a cure just to tighten up my loose ends. Turns out all the stuff we take will turn into a problem. I've been playing with the drug, with the love, did it for the love. Why are the flowers blooming if the petals just fall down? How are you so foolish?
Blow my whistle, baby. Let me hear you say. Blow my whistle, baby. Louder. Let me hear you say. I need to bring the beat back. Blow my whistle, baby. Blow my whistle, baby. Blow my whistle, baby. You need to bring the beat back. Blow my whistle, baby. Blow my whistle, baby. Blow my whistle, baby. Blow my whistle, baby. Come on, let me hear you say. Blow my whistle, baby. blow my whistle, baby. Let me hear you say. Blow my whistle, baby. Let me hear you say. My whistle, baby. My whistle, baby. My whistle, baby.
I'm not a project, I'm innocent enough. Wesker trust that everything I've got will go towards seeing you run. You made me thirsty to make you go through every single thing you put on us. I can't forgive you for what you did to the whole world, and they've got to know. Born a captive of what they say is what I'll do. That way they train me this way, and waiting for the day I escape and how to get out. I escape and how to get out.
feeling good today. I hear the, but I'm here to stay. You know I gotta give props, I can't stop. Without y'all I'll be nothing. No wrecking, no checks, and no rhyming, no cutting, no stages, front pages, no phones, no beepers, no reason to put Queen in front of the name Latifah. I come with the real life perspective and rule, cause me and my peoples from around the way remain cool. So it's back to the block, time to play. It's just another day around the what? Around the motherfucking West. Another day living in the hood. Just another day around the way. Feeling good today. I'm feeling lovely, yeah. Just another day in the neighborhood. Just another day around the way. Feeling good today. I hear the, but I'm here to stay. Just another day living in the hood. Just another day around the way. Feeling good today. I hear the, but I'm
catharsis, expression of an artist, spiritual connection and affecting how it started.
If I speak my truth, I'm just trying to elevate till we dance on the moon. Floating in the stars, do you know who we are? I'm just trying to elevate till you know it's ours. Till our time is up. Time is up.
get Nathan but penetration. Unless it smells like sanitation. Garbage, I turn like doorknob. Heart throb never. Black and ugly as ever. However, I stay Gucci down to the socks. Drinks and watch filled with rock. And my jam not even Mitsubishi. Girls pee-pee when they see me. Never creep me in they TV. As I lay down laws like Alan Coppin. Stop it. If you think they're gonna make a profit, don't see my ones, don't see my guns. Get it? Now tell your friends Papa hit it, then split it in two. As I flow with the junior mafia, I don't know what the hell's stopping ya. I'm clocking ya, Sachi shade watching ya. Once the ground in game begin. First I talk about how I dress with this and diamond necklaces, stretch necklaces, just immaculate from the back. I get deeper and deeper, help you reach the climax that your man can't make. Call him, tell him we on real late and sing the break. Until I handle my biz, there I is. Major pain like Damon Wayans. Low down dirty even like his brother Keenan scheming. Don't leave your girl around me, true player for real. Act tough, Dad D. You ringing bells with bags from Chanel. Baby demonstrated in your Hyundai XL. Quick TV changer with the cell. Me at 12. Where you at? Women y'all playing car notes. While I'm swimming in your women like the breaststroke. The best stroke, death stroke, I'm all down the throat. What you never do is send a home to you. I'm through. Can you sing the song for me, Mom? I got the good love, girl, you didn't know. true player for real. That's Puff Daddy. You ringing bells with bags from Chanel. Baby Ben straight in your Hyundai XL. Pulling the quick CD changer with the cell. CD, me at 12. Where you at? Living down playing car note. While I'm swimming in the women like the breaststroke. Right stroke, left stroke, what's the best stroke? Death stroke, I'm all down the throat. What you got to do? Then I'm home to you. I'm through. Can you sing the song for me? I got that good love, girl. You get love.
some people crying, are we a loser? Just don't use it. All around the rest of all around the rest of can I choose it? All around the rest so many races, different colors, million faces. All around the rest some people crying, are we a loser? Just don't use it. And so asking for a better future, can I choose it? destiny. 'Cause I was done with love, couldn't find a heartbeat. Numbing out a text, trying to set my soul free. Then you found me. Only you can bring me back to life again. Back to love again. Bring me back to life. Only you can bring me back to life again. Show me how to love again. Bring me back to life. Only you can bring me back to life.
call you my friend. So far from trusty, and you're still my home away from home. And you're still my home away from home.
pieces of my heart. All for you, all for you. All for you, all for you. And I often wondered, would I ever feel the same? I wanna love again, like a prisoner. Now won't you free me from this place? Wanna love again. I'm still in pieces, tell me what you're gonna do. 'Cause they're all for you, all for you, all for you, all for you, all for you.
dollar bill, y'all.
And went all out.
starving, no more lonely fun, no calling, no more burning, no more yearning, no more broken hearts hurting, no more crying, no more starving, no more lonely fun, no calling, no more burning, no more yearning, no more broken hearts. I'm a believer. I'm a believer.
And then the clock strikes 7, guess it's time to head home. My companion is the city, so I'm never alone. I'm stepping in and out of gaps of the pavement cracks, and if I go to sleep now, that's an anticlimax. People rise for work and the sun mirrors that. A perfect juxtaposition for those out on the lash. Bear with me, it's beautiful, I think it's incredible.
put it on playback. Then relapse. Serious, no bubble. Mysterious, so subtle. Body bags all over the floor, delirious, in trouble. Crying out for the ones that loved you, for the ones that hugged you. Secrets, lies, a rotten core. Nobody can trust you. Soul in the rubble, blown to bits, feel the grit, losing grip. Body bags in numbers, what's not there? Nah, I won't be leaving it, cause I believe in it. Stay true to me, only way to be free. Skeletons ready for me, steadily be. Hearing the heavenly bleed, never too many for me. Feel the energy leave, when I'm gone, they'll be waging war. Scratching at your door, hatching plans while acting bored. 6 feet underneath the floor. Body bags, I can't say how many more.
there's a hole in the middle. I've been trying but I can't fade. So you'll find me in the kitchen, spilling out my heart to every stranger that'll pass through, telling half-truths. Nothing good ever happens after 2:30. Cleaning up your act is an act of self-loving. Been to hell and back and ended up with nothing. I was running from discovering all these feelings that are flooding. All the chugging and the puffing and the buzzing comes to nothing. You have to set down all the burdens you've been clutching. Show yourself some love instead of dishing out your judgment. Are you truly happy with the person you're becoming? Stand and face your demons or you'll spend your life running. Don't spend your life running. So you'll find me in a kitchen, spilling out my heart to every stranger that'll pass through, telling half-truths. Nothing good ever happens after 2:30. We ain't bad guys, we just came from bad places. Holes in our hearts, but we're filling up the spaces. Scars in our souls that we're slowly erasing. Healing old wounds and rewriting our pages. Bad guys, we just came from bad places. Holes in our hearts, but we're filling up the spaces. Scars in our souls that we're slowly erasing. Healing old wounds and rewriting our pages.
Dirt on my Reeboks from staying up all night. Spent my last £10 on this pack of Marlboro Lights. I phoned up Stevie, I said, G, you alright? He said, it's 6 in the morning, brother, get some shut-eye. I feel a sense of well-being this time in the morning. Wear my heart out of my hoodie while the city is snoring. Drunks falling off the sidewalks get issued a warning. Distant sirens, they crescendo like a symphony calling. This is the Britain I know, this is the Britain I love. There's poetry inside this city if you listen enough. Working class casualties out on the street sleep rough, while a mother with her baby takes her pram to the pub. And while she's knocking them down, the cost of living goes up. I can't relate to politicians with their head in the mud. I resonate with messy Fridays with the boys smoking bud. We do our bit to numb the struggle, as below so above, and as above so below. Here in the city we glow. I blow a smoke ring up to heaven and it makes a halo. And then the clock strikes 7, guess it's time to head home. My companion is the city, so I'm never alone. I'm stepping in and out of gaps of the pavement cracks, and if I go to sleep now, that's an anticlimax. People rise for work and the sun mirrors that. A perfect juxtaposition for those out on the lash. Bear with me, it's beautiful, I think it's irrefutable. There's beauty in the contradicting Britain, indisputable. Junkie in the cubicle, that old spoon is usable. His mother's in the black suit, crying at a funeral. 9 to 5 crucible, this route is not commutable. A kid falls off the tracks and then he serves a stretch at juvenile. Libby's at the Dolies, but her disposition's humorful, while Davy's at the bookies and his mates call him delusional. Britain, drink it down and moan about the weather. When the sun starts shining, feel the factor 10 tremor. Boys, we'll be in it together until the fists start flying like they're Conor McGregor, and then he's out. I think he took it too far, I think the boy saw red, I think he hit him too hard. Now he's face down on the pavement with the face full of tar. Mad how small altercations can define who we are. That's my cue, I guess it's time to head home. It's bittersweet how my high found its way to below. And I've said it once before, as above so below. Living on the streets of Britain, you just go with the flow. But I'm done, I'm out for the night. As the sun paints the pavements, I'll turn out the light. White noise on the radio to quiet my mind. Always was an overthinker, just the way I'm designed. Britain, drink it down and moan about the weather. When it's all said and done, we'll be in it all together. Boys, we'll be like you forever. It's a bittersweet symphony, we're birds of a feather.